Manchester City's 33-year-old acting up captain Kyle Walker is all over the front pages of the newspapers today after weeks of speculation about his private life. He's now done a sit-down interview with The Sun, apologised to his pregnant wife and mother of his children, Annie, after fathering 2 children with another woman. Here he is speaking to The Sun.
My family have been put through enough, and there's questions that need to be, answered within, my private life. I've had a second child.
There you go. He's admitted to the wrongdoing that he's done here. He said, I made idiot choices, idiot decisions. Can't begin to think or imagine what Annie is going through. I've tried to ask her, but there's pain and hurt. This is very tabloidy. It's not something we often discuss here on talkSPORT Breakfast. But as a manager like Pep Guardiola, big win in the Cup on Friday night against Spurs. You're doing well on the table. How does this look when off-field issues, surprise you?
Well, it's not a good look, right? It's not a good look, but I'm not going to sit here and be judge and jury over somebody who's made mistakes, right? But I tell you, if you're looking for a managerial point of view, you've got to take him in and sit him down and ask him how he is, because that's the one thing. How is he mentally, right? Because I would imagine with that going on, your head's going to be clearly all over the place, never mind focusing on important games like cup games at Tottenham. So I don't think Pep's going to give him any talking to, or I'm not sure he's in a position to do that, but Pep's got to look after Manchester City's best interests, and in that respect he's got to see how he is mentally. Is he fit enough to play?
Jeff?
He's apologised, so everything's okay. Obviously, he's apologised. He hasn't just spilled a cup of tea on the sofa. It's a bit more significant than that, and I'm sure the last thing anybody involved in it all, his wife or the other lady who's the last thing they want to do is to see this all over the national press.
We've seen stories like this before. This is, again, it's been going around for quite some time. It's something I think the group chats have been aware of for a while, but to see him now sit down and do this interview, to apologise his wife, through the magic of the Sun newspaper, is not a good look for him. But I wonder going forward in the future, the likes of Gareth Southgate, who is kind of get tucked up in bed with a cup of tea before a game kind of guy, and his approach, does this affect his chances for the Euros?
I would imagine Gareth will certainly have the same conversation with Pep would have, because Gareth's best interest obviously the England national team and coming up in the Euros, and that's what he's got to look after. And if one of his players is perhaps mentally not in the right state of mind to represent the country.
Mentally, as in what way?
Oh, you're not going to tell me that's not going to be a worry and praying in his mind.
There wasn't praying in his mind at the time.
Well, no,
but that's when he should have been checked.
Well, but the fact that, nobody knows what's going on. I'm guessing
it's been reported for quite some time.
I'm guessing nobody knows what's going on. Nothing's been proved, so it's all come out now. So clearly, the fact that he's sitting, opening his heart to the front page of a national newspaper would indicate he's got problems.
Don't you find it astonishing, though, that actually his performances on the pitch don't seem to have suffered at all?
Well, he got the captaincy. He stepped up for Kevin De Bruyne. Now, he seems to be a good leader on the pitch. We will give him that. Yeah. But should we be focusing more as role models off the pitch?
Of course. I don't think there's any doubt about that. I think he's come out and apologised. He's clearly let himself down. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Shebahn, 100%. But would you think you should ban him from playing? I'm wondering where you're going.
No, I don't think he should be banned from playing. I just think, it's not, he's clearly apologised. I think it's so much worse than that. So much worse. And I think an example should be made of players like that.
So what do you do?
I don't disagree with what do you do?
Well, what does Pep do? Does he give him the captaincy again? It's not a good leader. It's not a good example. He's a poster boy.
We've just said he is a good leader on the pitch.
Off the pitch, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Should managers be taking that into consideration?
I think they've got to take it into consideration, yeah, absolutely. But sorry, Jeff.
No, will Pep have known that he was going to do this in the Sun today?
That's a good question.
I've got no idea.
Good question. I imagine he probably had to make that clear to the press officer or
I
whatever.
would think he would.
Yeah.
I would think he would. I don't think there's any doubt about it. I don't think Pep's woke up this morning, read that and been overly surprised, A, at what he's read, and B, at been in there.
It's not a good look, mostly for Kyle Walker, and I would feel for his wife in this situation. She's about to have another baby.
Of course.
Yeah, it's not good.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.